What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the Street Reporter, with an exclusive Truth Hurts episode. Like I say, if your chest ain't strong, run out the room, because we finna jump right into it. You know, I say shit that might be like a shoe, and if you fit it, it ain't my fault. First thing I want to say, YNW Melly. We all see this case, him and Bortlan, where he just doing this case separate, but we see it, evidence that came out. You know, the lawyer is saying things about Bortlan, kind of saying, you know, he might have been a shooter and things like that. It's all kind of rumors. A lot of people say this what you do. You create doubt, make it look like they don't got enough evidence or anything like that. Some people say, you know, throwing your homie under the bus ain't really creating doubt. It kind of feel a little weird, but I do get it. You know, when you fighting for your life, this shit not a game. This shit not a joke, you know. This ain't like no lottery ticket shit. Niggas not playing with their life. You spend millions of dollars, all this money to get a high-profile lawyer. You let him do his job, which is to get you free. So I think that's a lot of what's going on, you know. But looking at this case is crazy because you clearly can see Melly. It looks like he would have been big time in this music shit still. He was big before he got arrested. This guy probably been, you know what I'm saying, could have had an opportunity to make millions of dollars. We got to make sure we not throwing our lives away, you know, on certain situations and things like that. I'm not calling them innocent or anything like that. We seen the videotape, you know, they all getting inside of this car. Police alleging they was the only one in the car. They the only one had something to do with this. Some people say maybe Melly just keeping a secret and maybe Bortlan snapped and did some shit. You know, and he just not saying nothing. The no snitching code. Some people say, nah, this was Melly. This was all him. He was beefing, owed some money or something like that. You know, this had something to do with Melly. You know, Melly kind of put it out as like, why would he want to kill his own friend? So I thought that was real strong. We all gonna pay attention to this case. It's gonna be a verdict come real soon, you know. Either Melly gonna come home or he gonna spend a long time, maybe the rest of his life in the penitentiary. So this is not a joke. People watching this as a movie and he the character, but in reality, this is not a joke. You know, that courtroom is not the scene of the movie. This is real life. The young Dolph case, that whole thing going wild as hell. Now we got new information that, you know, the straight drop, the brothers, you know, the Johnson brothers. This one guy is cooperating with the police. He gave them pictures of, you know, his brother with the clothes on as the shooter and all kind of shit. So that let you know, don't nobody give a fuck about nobody out here, man. People trying to come home. Ain't nobody trying to do all that damn time in them jail cells. All that fake ass talk out here about it's a no snitching rule and shit like that. You believe that shit you want to. You sit your ass in that jail cell thinking the motherfucker ain't gonna tell on you. Somebody gonna tell on your ass, boy, you know? And you can tell, so that's crazy. It looked like a brother is gonna testify. It looked like young Dolph gonna get some justice in this case. It looked like everything is gonna come to fruition in this case, if you ask me. And it's said, it's a lot of rumors about what happened to Dolph. He had money on his head. He did this. He was signed somebody he shouldn't fuck with. Somebody killed somebody who he knew and all these things. I don't know exactly what it is, but the fact that his name is linked in all those things and he a big time artist in the music business was kind of weird. You know, he was one of the guys that kind of felt like maybe he had 1 foot in the music game and 1 foot still in this, you know, street shit. You feel me? To still be in the city where he was from, you know, still moving around like that. It's hard to escape your past and to get away from the things that you've been through in your past life, and you still there. You know, affiliated with a lot of people. Dolph looked like he was a real street dude, so I'm pretty sure he knew a lot of people who a lot of people probably didn't like. So, you know, but one thing about that whole thing, it smelled backdoors. It all feels set up-ish and all kind of shit. Even though, you know, he was riding in a noticeable car, everybody know everything about him, but it just feels like a lot of people knew that eventually something was going to happen to Dolph. And maybe he didn't know at the moment, in my opinion, you know, in the same city. That shit is real crazy. I'm going to tell you something. Dolph looked like the dude where he was giving back and doing good things. I understand this bad shit too, but I'm not really in here to jump into that. But when we get into the, you know, the shit that we seen from Dolph, it just lets you know sometimes being real will get you killed. Being real will get you blah, 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 blah. That shit'll get you knocked down, to be honest with you. People not playing. People don't really like that, you know. You'll call yourself doing something good, giving back to the community, doing a block club party, barbecuing, giving everybody haircuts, giving the shorties $20 for hitting jump shots and shit like that. Next thing you know, niggas' baby mama start thinking you're cute. You're doing shit like that. Niggas in the hood get jealous. A motherfucker will kill you out here for less than that. So, you know, I find that shit real sad. You know, the killings in Chicago is at an all-time high, to be honest with you. The killings everywhere, not just Chicago. Don't want to kind of put that as the face of it, even though it feels like the face of it. But I mean for the young people, especially the people that's like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You know, it's a bloodshed for you guys out here. You know, they out here killing motherfuckers y'all age. This shit sad. And they not playing, you know. Everybody is a op. If somebody never seen you before, you walking down the block, you can be visiting your mama who just moved to that neighborhood. You gonna get your noodles knocked. That's how they gonna do it. They not gonna play with you. Ain't nobody gonna roll down the window and ask you, are you sure you're not from this neighborhood? They see you walking down that street, you got on them hip hop ass clothes, your head cocked, tattoos all on your face and shit, you gonna get your ass shot out here. That's how dangerous it is. Ops are no longer people that's enemies who did shit to you. Ops are people you don't know. And that make the city of Chicago very, very dangerous. If you got any kind of motion, any kind of money, any kind of thing like that, you got to get the fuck up out of there, to be honest with you. Because it's very, very, very treacherous at the moment. You know, a while ago, a couple of days ago, was FBG Cass' death day. You know, that was real strong. I ain't like that date, you know. That was very crazy. I understand like a birthday or something like that, but the death date was real strong because, you know, I knew that guy. He was a pretty cool dude. Now, I didn't know him, you know, as far as like everybody else who knew him for 10 years and 12 years. But, you know, for the time that I knew him, I thought he was a pretty dope dude. And I find that very, very, very crazy that he ended up losing his life due to gun violence. I still can't believe that. This guy was finna blow up. I'm telling you, this guy was dope when it came to that rapping and shit. We actually did a song together. His verse is one of the hardest verses I ever heard, you know, from like a drill rapper. He didn't really have that. I come around, then I shoot you down, then I lay you down. He didn't have that kind of flow. He actually put bars on that song right there. And I thought that song was dope. On my YouTube channel, and I wanted people to understand that. You know, in this era, I want to tell y'all the secret. I want you to listen to me real strong when I say this, because I ain't playing with you. You got to listen to this shit right here. Clean your ears out, and you most definitely got to hear this, because this is not a joke. Okay? Your ears clean? Listen to this shit. Listen. A good heart will get you killed in this era. You understand that shit? All that good heart, good mentality, Mr. Nice Guy ass shit, that shit'll get you killed in this era. Everybody out here on some wild finesse and shit, you know. And I ain't gonna say everybody, but it's gonna be hard to pick and choose who ain't. You know, so you gotta be very careful out here on who you call your friend. You gotta start letting them earn that shit, man, because it's very, very dangerous out here. A lot of people have been saying truth. You see Wooski doing a lot of interviews. He's speaking on a lot of things in the culture. I listened to it and he didn't really speak as much. But, you know, that's Wooski. He's been telling you guys for a long time he don't really want to talk. He don't really want to, you know, speak to people. He been doing these interviews, not speaking. I'm pretty sure he didn't take the bag off a lot of these interviews and shit like that. But he gave you what he gonna give you. I think people are just happy with seeing Wooski, seeing him talk. You know, I think the Wooski interviews go over a lot of people's head. People listening to him, trying to hear him diss somebody and shit like that, but they not listening to it to the point where they saying, man, this man came from city of Chicago, the neighborhoods that got real rich and famous that all the rappers talk about. A lot of rappers that lost their life. He was actually shot, head shot. He survived it. He's still here. All the people talk about him. People not listening to his story as like an autobiography, you know. People listening to it like some street shit, and I never understood that. When I interviewed Wooski a little while ago, I thought it was a dope interview. He didn't speak a lot, but he did speak a lot and tell me a lot of things in that interview. Our interview is actually at like 1.2 million views on YouTube right now. Y'all get a chance, type in Truth Teller and Wooski. I think that was a dope interview. We dropped like maybe 8 clips of it, and it's at about maybe 1 million views. Like 1.2 million at the moment right now. So I want people to know that. Lil Durk. Is Lil Durk changing? Is Lil Durk changing for the better? Y'all peeping him. Is he growing in this music shit? You know, Durk is a topic that I'm always talking about. That's what happened when you become the top, you know, person in this culture. A lot of these cities got Hollywood unlocked. They got Extra, TMZ. In Chicago, they got Truth Tellers. So I talk about a lot of these things in the culture. You know, one thing I can say about Durk is the image that he got is going to always be his image. Even if he didn't change his life and a lot of that shit didn't happen in his past and he not like that no more, he giving to charity, doing meetings with politicians, throwing out pictures at the White Sox games and shit like that. You know, maybe that is who he is, the new Durk. I think people are always gonna remember him for the rap songs, and for the people he be around in his past and judge him off things like that. In the streets, it's a lot of people say, it's a lot of people that have been hurt that been around Dirk, and Dirk still be rapping the bull as far as with the dissing and the beef and shit like that, kind of encouraging it. But I don't really see it like that. I see him like it's really like defending himself in rap songs and shit like that. But I get it to a certain extent. I do think he bigger than a street beef. I think Dirk is up there with the Drakes and shit right now. And I just think he's way, way bigger than street beef. So I get that. But the guy's still young. So he still got a little more growing to do, even though he a big, big grown ass man. But I still think he got a little more growing to do. He say he almost healed. So, give him some time. I don't want to stay on this for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time. I kind of want to get off this and make this short. So I want to leave you simple. I want to leave you with something real, real simple. Something real simple. I got 5 rules that I want y'all to follow for me, okay? 5 rules. I got 5 rules that I want y'all to follow for me. Number 1 rule I want you to follow. No amount of money. No amount of money, man. It don't matter what kind of bag you get. Ain't no wealth in the world greater than a family. Always remember that shit, man. Don't admire the bag, man. Use the bag as a tool to help people, to put you in a better position. But remember that. Ain't no bag better than a family. That's the number 1 thing. You understand that? Ain't no better advisor in life than your dad. Always remember that, Yeah, dad gonna do a lot of crazy shit, but ain't no better advisor in life than your pops. Ain't no world bigger than your mom's. Always remember that. I don't give a fuck what planet you're on. Ain't no planet, ain't no world, ain't no storm bigger than your mom. Ain't no partner on this earth ever gonna be stronger than your brother. Okay? I don't care what your man told you. I don't care what your best friend told you. Ain't nobody in life ever gonna be stronger than your brother. You understand that? Remember that, all right? Those are the couple of things I want to leave you with. You feel me? Fun come after your priorities, man. You got to be bored sometime and run that sack up. It ain't always going to be easy, man. But you can't be out here on no crybaby shit, man. But make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Support me. I got more blogs finna get ready and drop. A lot of interviews, man. We got a lot of interviews coming. We kind of took a break from the interviews. We've been talking to rappers nonstop for years, so we had to take a break from that shit. But we finna get right back to it. We got a whole list of new interviews finna drop in the culture from people we ain't never talked to, I wanted to dig deep in the drill culture this time. I didn't want to just interview, anybody. It's a few people we brought back because, we got Truth Teller TV legends. Our platform is open anytime a drill artist want to come to it. But I got a lot of interviews that we going to drop that's going to be fresh, that was never, ever interviews before. That's what we was looking for. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the homie Truth.